Our planet is alive with hidden forces. Deep beneath the surface, molten rock churns, a reminder of Earth's fiery origins. Occasionally this power erupts, reshaping landscapes and altering history in moments of creation and destruction. The most powerful volcanic eruptions have sculpted continents, buried cities, and changed the course of civilizations. Yet, in their wake they also create new life, fueling the planet's relentless cycle of renewal. Join me, Kalpa, as we journey through the 10 most powerful volcanic eruptions in recent history. These are the stories of the Earth's fury, moments when our world was forever changed by fire. In 1980, Mount St. Helens in Washington state stirred after a century of silence. Earthquakes signaled rising magma, and the mountain's northern flank bulged ominously. Scientists set up an exclusion zone, but the true scale of the threat was hard to imagine. On May 18, a 5.1 magnitude earthquake triggered the largest landslide in recorded history. The mountain's face collapsed, unleashing a lateral blast that flattened forests and sent ash 15 miles into the sky. Day turned to night as ash rained down, halting life across the region. 57 people lost their lives, including volcanologist David Johnston, whose final words echoed the eruption's suddenness. The eruption devastated the ecosystem, leaving a barren landscape where forests once stood. Mount St. Helens became the most destructive volcanic event in U.S. history, a humbling reminder of nature's power. The disaster transformed volcanology, providing invaluable data for future eruptions. In time, life returned, but the scar on the land, and in memory, remains. Nature's supremacy was undeniable. In Chiapas, Mexico, El Chichon had slept for centuries, its danger forgotten. In March 1982, it erupted suddenly, catching local communities off guard. Pyroclastic flows swept through villages, erasing them in moments and leaving a wasteland of ash. Around 2,000 people perished, many with no chance to escape. The eruption injected millions of tons of sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere, cooling the northern hemisphere. El Chichon's surprise was a brutal lesson. Even dormant volcanoes can awaken with devastating speed. Its impact was both local and global, a stark reminder of Earth's interconnected systems. The world learned to never underestimate a sleeping giant. In 1991, remote Mount Hudson in Chile erupted after a series of earthquakes. The eruption melted glaciers, causing massive mud flows and sending ash 11 miles high. Winds carried the ash across Patagonia, devastating millions of acres of grazing land. Human lives were spared by timely evacuation, but 1.5 million sheep perished, crippling the region's economy. The eruption's reach extended far beyond the blast zone, showing how volcanic events can reshape entire ways of life. Even in isolation, nature's fury can have profound consequences. The scars on Patagonia's landscape and economy endure. Hudson's eruption was a warning. Remoteness offers no true protection. In 1932, Quizapu, a vent on Chile's Cerro Azul, erupted with explosive force. The Plinian eruption sent ash 20 miles high, blanketing Argentina, Uruguay, and even reaching Brazil and South Africa. The local environment was devastated. Vegetation buried, rivers poisoned, livestock starved. Yet due to the volcano's isolation, few human lives were lost. The eruption's scale was measured in ash and miles, not casualties. Quizapu stands as a reminder. Earth's greatest events can unfold far from human eyes, their impact felt across continents. The land took decades to recover. Sometimes the world's most powerful forces are witnessed only by the wind. In January 2022, the submarine volcano Hunga Tonga Hunga Ha'apai erupted with unprecedented violence. The blast sent ash and water vapor 36 miles high, creating a shockwave that circled the globe. The explosion was heard as far as Alaska, the loudest event on Earth in over a century. The eruption obliterated the island and triggered a tsunami that devastated Tonga and reached as far as Peru. Communications were severed, and lives were lost both near and far. The event revealed the immense hazard posed by submarine volcanoes. Its atmospheric plume may affect global climate for years to come. Hunga Tonga's eruption was a stark reminder. The ocean hides some of Earth's most powerful threats. The world is still studying its aftermath. In 1991, Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines erupted after 500 years of dormancy. Scientists and authorities evacuated over 80,000 people, saving countless lives. On June 15, Pinatubo ejected more than 2 cubic miles of material, sending ash 22 miles high. Pyroclastic flows incinerated everything in their path. A typhoon struck simultaneously, mixing rain and ash into a deadly roof-crushing slurry. Lahars, volcanic mudflows, continued to devastate the region for years. Over 800 people died, but the toll could have been far worse. Pinatubo's eruption cooled the planet by half a degree Celsius. Its effects felt worldwide. The crisis showcased the power of science and the unpredictable fury of nature. Pinatubo remains a model for volcanic disaster response. In 1902, Guatemala's Santa Maria volcano erupted after centuries of silence. Months of tremors went unheeded, and the eruption blew a mile-wide crater into the mountain. Ash plunged the region into darkness for days, collapsing roofs and burying coffee plantations. At least 5,000 people died instantly, with many more succumbing to starvation and disease. The disaster was a harsh lesson in the cost of ignoring nature's warnings. 20 years later, the Santiaguito Dome began growing in the crater, remaining dangerously active ever since. Santa Maria's eruption was not just a single event. It birthed a new, persistent threat. The catastrophe reshaped the land and lives of western Guatemala. Complacency proved deadly. In 1883, Krakatoa erupted in the Sunda Strait, producing the loudest sound in recorded history. The blast was heard 3,000 miles away, and generated tsunamis over 120 feet high. Waves destroyed 165 coastal towns, killing over 36,000 people. The eruption obliterated most of the island and sent ash and sulfur into the stratosphere. Global sunsets turned blood red, inspiring art and legend. Temperatures dropped worldwide, weather patterns shifted, and the event became a benchmark for natural disasters. Krakatoa's fury reached across oceans and continents. Its legacy is a reminder of how a single eruption can reshape the world. The echoes of Krakatoa still haunt the planet's memory. Nature's reach is truly global. In 1912, Novarupta erupted in Alaska, the largest volcanic event of the 20th century. Over 60 hours, it ejected more than 3 cubic miles of magma, darkening skies and collapsing buildings on Kodiak Island. A massive pyroclastic flow filled a 40-square-mile valley with ash and pumice up to 700 feet deep. The valley became a surreal landscape of thousands of steaming vents. The Valley of 10,000 Smokes. No human lives were lost due to the region's remoteness. Novarupta provided scientists with a unique window into explosive volcanism. Its legacy endures in the alien landscape it left behind. Sometimes, Earth's greatest spectacles unfold in silence. In 1815, Mount Tambora in Indonesia erupted with the greatest force in recorded history. The explosion destroyed the mountain, sent ash 27 miles high, and triggered tsunamis. The kingdom of Tambora vanished, and at least 10,000 died instantly. Famine and disease followed, raising the death toll to over 71,000. Tambora's ash and sulfur veiled the planet, reflecting sunlight and causing global temperatures to plummet. 1816 became the year without a summer. Crops failed, famine spread, and societies were thrown into chaos. The eruption inspired art and literature, including Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Tambora's impact was global, altering climate and history. It stands as the ultimate testament to a volcano's power to reshape the world. The lessons of Tambora echo through time. One eruption changed the fate of millions. The world would never be the same. From Mount St. Helens to Tambora, these eruptions are etched into Earth's story. They flatten forests, bury civilizations, and change the climate, yet life returns. Nature reclaims what was lost. These events remind us that our planet is restless, its power both creative and destructive. We must heed the lessons of the past and respect the forces beneath our feet. For in the end, we are small players in the grand, fiery drama of